Welcome to the Boom Bap Kingdom. Yo, peace, and welcome to the Boom Bap Kingdom. We're here and we're chilling. Word is bond. I hope you guys had a good week. I've been in here super cooling, and as always, I'm doing the knowledge. And I've been waiting for a little while to do this video. Sort of piggybacking on the previous video, I had a wish list of some equipment I wanted to pick up for the lab this year. And I'll keep it a buck. On that list, I had the MK SREC 1 and I had the Push 3 from Ableton. Initially, that's what I thought I wanted this year. But then the Lo-Fi 12 XT dropped. Something else that had kind of been intriguing me for a little while got a major improvement. And that was the Polyend Tracker, which is now the Tracker Plus. I really appreciate samplers that have, multiple pads and different things going on. I really like that configuration that you get out of the force, out of the push, etc. I was always kind of looking at the Polyend Tracker, but there were some reservations because in my mind at the time it was primarily step based. The 8-track limitation was huge for me. Plus the tracker is only mono. There was a lot of things that, reservations for me. But the Tracker Plus dropped a few months back. I picked one up and I decided that for me, the Lo-Fi 12 XT was going to replace the MK SREC 1 and the Tracker Plus was going to replace, yes, I said replace, the Push 3. There are quite a few reasons why. Obviously, one being price, and obviously two being what you get out of the box for said price. So I'm not gonna get into the minutia of the decision making in this video. In this video, I'm gonna pivot and I'm going to make a beat on the Tracker Plus. I'm no expert at it. I do understand the basics, and I can tell you that personally, I like it a lot. I think it's super dope. I like it for multiple reasons. One of the reasons why I picked up the Tracker Plus was because of the synth engines they included, and I also like the granular effect that they have. I do love the FM radio, you could sample straight from the radio if you wanted to, the synth engines, the step sequencing. You can get very detailed. It's a different workflow. You can still perform, you can play your samples, but you can also step them out. And I think that is what takes it to another level, combined with the synth engine. I love that giant jog wheel. There's a lot to like about it, and it's so tactile. It's very similar in feel to the Electron family of samplers. So there's a lot to like, and I wanted to explore this unit, and I bought it with my own dough, so yeah, I could say whatever I want, but what I will say is I really enjoy working on the unit. I'm still learning it, but man, do I really enjoy it. I'm definitely glad I went in this direction versus the Push 3. So nonetheless, boom, let's get into it. I made a loop. I have drums. I'm going to explore using the Synth Engine to create a hook. In this beat, I need a bass line, I need offset, I need a change, etc., etc. So I have a main pattern, and we're going to go from there. Let me mute some things out. I'll play what we got and we will go from there. Here's my loop.
Damn son, that loop is insane.
Mean. Now, one of the things that I think is really dope about the Tracker Plus is whether you sample into it or import a sample, you have the option to import it at high or sample at high or low, what they call low quality. I don't really know the bit depth or the bit rate of the low quality, but I love the way it sounds. So I tend to use it on drums. I'll use it on, certain samples, and I love the way it sounds, whether I'm in high quality or low quality. I have drums. Let's check them out.
Holy shit, these drums are bananas.
So don't get it twisted. You can get busy, drum, all that on the Tracker Plus. You could play them, you could perform them, you could step them in, you could do some dope stuff. Let's finish it up. All right. So what I need to do is I need to copy this pattern a couple of times. You guys know how I do. I tend to build out a kitchen sink pattern, copy it out, make little tweaks and changes here and there. This is not like a tutorial or nothing. This is just me making a beat on the Tracker Plus because I really have a lot of fun on this unit. Hopefully soon I'll become more of an expert at it. Right now, that is not the case. What I will say about the Tracker Plus is it's one of those units where you can really explore. You don't have to necessarily sit down with a plan. If you're having a problem coming up with a loop or a bass line or something like that, you can literally just kind of start stepping things in, messing around with different note values and effects and come up with ideas. So as a workstation scratch pad kind of thing, I believe the Tracker Plus super duper shines at that for sure. So at any rate, I'm copying everything. Now, this is where it can get tricky, right? You have pattern, length, step, jump, fill, preview, etc., and there's pages here with more. You render, invert, etc. This thing can do a lot. So for me, I'm gonna change that length of the pattern to 64, and then I'm gonna do a shift and paste, and everything should be here. So now for this beat, I did mess around with the Synth Engine. I'm still kind of learning that. What I did was I went into Instrument and I chose the first Synth Engine. You see there's Synth 1, Synth 2, Synth 3, but there's a lot more than that. If you hit Instrument Parameters, you see here you have the ACD, the FAT, VAP, WTFM, perk. Perk is the drum, because this also comes with a internal drum machine, so you can create drum samples. And then these different ACD, FAT, VAP, WTFM, those are different types of synth models, and you can tweak those models, and then you can go into patch and you can tweak the parameters for each model. And I'm telling you, this thing, it's really in depth. You get all this list of stuff here, all this here, all these different things that you can do, change oscillators, filters, etc., etc. So I came up with a patch, and this is all, custom. This is all, you can kind of build it from scratch off of a bass wave. And I came up with a hook, and so here we go. So you get the idea. Need a bass line, need an offset. So I'm going to use my track 7 for bass. Now I don't have an idea for bass, so maybe we'll play around with stepping things in. I got to get the right octave Now, one thing that's pretty cool too is if I arm that track and that step, everything is step based. So for instance, I can arm this step, I can drop one note in, whatever that is. But if I don't like that octave or that note, I can just change it. I don't know what to do. Just drop some notes in and see what happens. It sounds wild. Let's mute everything except for that. So that sounds wild, right? But we're just messing around. So what we can do is we could either blow all that stuff out. Now, if I go shift, I can unmute all these tracks as well. And everything is back. So what we can do is we can unmute some of this stuff. I like that, I think. Now, I actually like that. So I'm gonna keep that. I think I'm gonna move this down a little bit, this F5. Step that in there and delete it here. Okay, I'm gonna move that up one. Now I like the way that sounds at F6. Hold up now. So we're stepping stuff in, taking stuff out. That's what we're doing. Yeah, now we're going to turn that up a little bit. So now I'm just going to go to instrument parameters, hit volume. I'm going to turn it up. I could go into master and turn up the volume on each individual track. But right now, I just want to turn up the volume on the sample itself. Let's copy that track and then we'll slap it in the other patterns that don't have a bass line. So I'm just going to do shift down arrow. I'm going to select all those notes or steps. I'm going to do a copy and then I'll go to pattern 2, drop down 1, do shift paste, and now that bass line is there. That easy. Now what I'm going to do, because I'm in pattern 2, I don't need a hook here. I'm going to do the reverse. I'm going to do a shift I'm gonna blow out that hook. And now that frees that track up, and I can do whatever I want there. But in this particular pattern, I don't even need anything there. So let's go here. I want to add an offset, and we should be able to do this pretty quick now. And now let's load up a sample. Let's import that sample at low quality. I love the sample editing on here. It's so cut and dry. You get preview, start, end with numbers, which puts me in the mindset of the MPC 60 3000, and you also get your waveform pattern. And along with this super beautiful jog wheel, I mean, this jog wheel is so smooth. It has a tumbler like click to it, but it's not overly pronounced like say the older MPCs. Is very, you know, clicky, whatever. It's really nice, and supposedly Polyend upgraded that jog wheel. If I press and hold start and just turn that jog wheel, I can easily get that going. And then here you can see where I can import this at low quality or normal quality. Like I said before, I incorrectly stated high quality, but their normal is basically high, right? I'm gonna import it at low, and there it is. And if I go into instrument parameters, there is the name of the sample sitting right there, and I have all this stuff here that I can do to it. I can change the bit depth, I can add reverb, I can add delay, very dope. And I downgraded the bit. All right, let's go to the sample editor. See that? We're gonna get a little bit of that dead air out of there. Okay. And then now when you're in sample editor, you have all these other options as well. So we can just tap over, and then we have all of these other options: fade out, fade in. There's time stretch by note, by beat, etc. I think these guys at Polyend, they put a lot of thought into it. I love the workflow. I love that I can perform things, I can step things. Each step can have its own effect. Like, this is dope. Like, if you choose a step, you hit record, you hit effects. Now I have all of these effects to choose from that literally only affect that one step. That's how nuts and how granular you can get. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this machine. You guys are going to see me on the Tracker Plus a lot more. I just kind of wanted to introduce it a little bit to the channel, and I appreciate you guys rocking with the Boom Bap Kingdom as always. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'm going to do what I always do, and you know I got to, and that's leave you with the finished joint.
BBK
salute. Peace. you.